All right. I think we've got this up and running here. I think so. All right. So, hello everybody. My name's Crazy Canuck 1985, and this is the first episode of a brand new series. Well, kind of new, but kind of not. When I first started this channel, well, my own channel, back about 6 or 7 months ago, I started by doing some critiques of my own. So people submitted courses, and I went through and offered feedback and tips, and I was just learning the designer as well. So, you know, that some of the tips that I gave, I've learned a lot more since. So hopefully I can, provide a little bit more and a little bit more feedback. And yeah, this is kind of geared towards new designers. So designers that have only maybe designed one or two courses. Yeah, so people that submit on TGCT Live, they're a little bit more experienced. But this show is kind of a bit more for new designers. So I kind of wanted to go back to my roots a little bit, I guess, here. So in the first episode, so we'll do each episode, we'll do one course per episode. We're going to start with Tar Hill Alpha. And this is by Evan J14, I think. Let me double check that. Let's get his name right. Evan JL4. That was close. Sorry, Evan. He's just got an alpha, so he's just doing a 9-hole here, because I think he said it needs a lot of polish, but the hole designs are what I need opinions on most. Okay, so we'll focus on his hole designs for the most part. It's just going to be a 9-holer, so that's good. And let's jump right into it and see what he's got. All right. Sour Ninja. You cannot submit. You've done a few courses already. So it looks like we got a boreal theme here. I'm liking the look of the first hole already. It's amazing what people are able to do now. Like with the new tools, a lot of people's first courses, Irving for example, who's watching, he had an excellent first course. So I'm pretty impressed of what I've seen. So, and also new designers. I have some tutorial videos out just on beginner course design. A few more advanced things too. You want to check out on my YouTube channel. All right. So first hole. My initial thoughts. I really like the look of this first hole. I don't know about that little island there. I might take that out, but. You'll find a lot of these, a lot of things will be my personal opinion, so, take those with a grain of salt. Some people like some things and others don't, but I think this is a very sharp-looking first hole. Yeah, people agree. First hole looks very nice. Thanks, Irving. All right. So yeah, I've opened the chat up so people that are in the chat can also, provide feedback on the course too. So I'm going to post these onto YouTube, so that should hopefully be helpful. I like this second shot in here. Yeah, I got no problems there. I would get rid of these cattails, bushes. I'm not a fan of those. They don't really work. But, again, just my opinion there. But a very strong opening hole. Do-do-do. Set. So I haven't decided yet if on these shows I'm going to just play 9 holes of a course or do a full 18. Still trying to figure out what I want to do there. Green is good. Alright, yeah, really nice opening hole there. Not much I would fix on that one. I love the Boreal theme. It's still one of my favorites for sure. Hey, what do we got here? Okay. So I see a couple things right off the hop. Okay. Okay, a few things here that I'm going to comment on. Mostly minor and easy to fix. Number one, all these strewn rocks, I'd get rid of most of those. Number two, you know, there's that little puddle there, right here. Just raise the land or get rid of it or add a bit more of a pond, up to you. And thirdly, I would bring the green down a little bit more so it's not as huge of a cliff there. That's a bit unrealistic, I think. But in terms of the design of the hole, well, let's see. Driver is going to get me to... See, this is where... Well, this will get me there, but I'm just trying to think. 15-mile-an-hour headwind, is that going to clear? It probably would, but it's pretty close. Irving says, I'd replace the rocks with trees so it's not quite a wide open blank space, and he personally likes the cliff. So there you go. Again, different opinions, and I think that's good. Okay, I like the second shot. Yeah, looks all right. And oh, a little too much. So yeah, I'm gonna try to catch as much as I can. I may miss, you know, some things here and there. So people watching, if you see something you like or maybe something I missed that maybe we needs work, please put in the chat. Okay, Irving says maybe a little more space between the green edge and the cliff. Have a space before the green and the drink. Okay. I like that. Alright, let's go to the third hole, which is a little par 3 here. Alright, I like the look. I like how it's a little bit more wide open. Just one... Oh, no, there's a bunker at the back. Ooh, I don't like... Yeah, okay. Okay. So I like the just kind of wide open design of it. In my opinion, these bunkers are a little big and they need some work with sculpting. So using that little round brush, just getting in there. Same with this one too. So those bunkers I would say need some work. But otherwise, I like the look of the tee shot here. I like kind of just all the shrubs. It's a good look. Reminds me of a course I'd see in Montana or Idaho. Yeah, for sure. Reminds me of a course I would play close by here in British Columbia where I live. Oh, okay. Not bad, not bad. Alright. It's a good start here so far at Tar Hill. Okay. This is the fourth hole. This is interesting. Very nice look here. Okay. It's going to make its way down. I see. Okay. So par 5. Okay, now one thing I would do, I don't like how it starts you off with a 3-iron. That's really easy to fix. In the designer, just highlight some fairway and go to move, and then just hit that, make that first waypoint out about 260. Just, you know, it's tiny, but it gets rid of that annoyance of having to club up. But here we go with the creek. You know, that's okay. I might be able to get there with that wind. I would work with this creek. I would just lower this down just to make the creek bed not as large. But, you know, that's me. Ah, there's Reeb. Hey, Reeb. Another very, very, very good designer. So maybe he can provide feedback if he's hanging out for a bit as well. Okay. I don't know if I can make that, guys. I think I'm going to have to drop down to a 3-wood. Which, I don't know. What do you guys think in the chat there in terms of hole design here? I'm even dropping down to a 5-wood. With a 560, a 4-yard par 4. And I'm having to drop down 5-wood. But maybe I could have made it. I don't know. I'm not a fan of that personally, but natural hazards. Hello, sir. Get over. Okay. Okay. So again, kind of those rocks, I would kind of clear those. This bunker is a little funky. Again, just a little bit of sculpting in there. Yeah, okay. And yeah, in terms of like techniques or when I'm saying things like, okay, like this needs to be kind of sculpted, things like that. You know, there's a whole bunch of videos, tutorial videos. I have a big series out, like I'd said, and it kind of shows you how to do that stuff. Reeb says a long option is good, but not a river option. Not a fan on a par 5. Yeah, I kind of share the same. And this is a bit of an unfortunate blind little shot here. I would lower that hill, I think. So I would say this hole probably needs the most work so far. Oh. But still not a bad hole. Okay. Let's move on. Number 5. Okay. So we're going around big bunkers here. Very big bunkers. But I like that. That's a cool look. Okay, neat hole. I like this. So kind of tempts you into how much you want to cut here. Looks like you can cut quite a bit, or you know, you can play it safe over here. But I'm not going to play it safe. Let's do it. I'll put it over here. So I like that you've given the option for a safe play. I don't think you know, unless the winds are ridiculous, I don't see too many people taking it. Maybe I would have narrowed this down a little bit, but it's fine. Okay. How was my time away from Twitch? Yeah, I was away for a couple weeks. It was nice, but you know, glad to be back as well. I'm still on holidays, so got some time to catch up on the golf club and start this series, which I've been wanting to do for the last little bit. This might be my favorite hole so far. I wouldn't do much to this one. All right, moving on. Yeah, I kind of like just the big statement kind of bunkers on this course. Yeah, this is... It kind of gives it a very unique look. Bunker contouring of far away bunkers. Bunkers contouring. You gotta learn how to type there, Reap. Alright, let's just take a look at the bunkers. They're pretty well sculpted actually here. Yeah, I like it. There's a few parts along the fairway here, like a very sharp edge here that needs to be flattened down a little bit, but pretty minor. Irving says he's not a fan of the Bunker Palooza courses. I'm not a fan of lots of bunkers either, just as a designer, just because I find bunkering to be a pain. But that's just me. Usually if I have any more than 6 bunkers on a hole, it's a lot of work for me. Alright. Not a bad hole here as well. Oh, come on. Okay. Alright, and we're in. I feel like we're getting better here. Alright, we got our second par 5 of the 9 here. Okay. Like the look off the tee. Big long par 5 here. Yeah. Yeah, it's called Tar Hill Alpha Fixed. Okay. Pretty big fairway. So it's a pretty mindless drive. Which is okay sometimes, where you just grip it and rip it. But that doesn't pose a lot of challenge. Like that big bunker on the right, no one's going to put it in there. You really have to miss hard. Okay. Second shot, again. No, yeah, you got that bunker to worry about, but... And depending on the wind, you could possibly go for this one in 2. I like the idea. I might just tighten it up a little bit. It's just a little... It plays a little bit easy, I think. And I've just jinxed myself because I'm probably going to double bogey this or something. Yeah, it's pretty much, you know... If you hit 4 decent shots, you'll make a birdie. So, you know, I would considering maybe narrowing that hole up a little bit. Oh, here you got a tee box that's needs a layer of rough around it. Again, I don't know at what stage this. It says it's an alpha stage, so you might, you know, there might be some things that I'm noticing that he just hasn't gotten to yet. So I apologize, but I don't know what he knows and what he doesn't, so. Okay. So what do we got here? Alright, I like this. So with this headwind, that's going to take that bunker completely out of play. Oh, no, I missed. Oh. Oh yeah, I'll be fine still. Crunched. Just crunched. Alright. Irving, I wouldn't play this because of all the bunkers, but it's a great first course for this designer. Yeah, I agree. Dr. Loden, hello. And big thank you to you, Dr. Loden, for the very kind donation. We finally figured out the donation thing. Oh, all right. Not a bad hole. All right. And the 9th hole, which is a par 3. We got just a over the lake bunker at the back, pin at the front, little landing area off to the left, or bailout area. Okay. Yeah, it's straightforward little par 3. Yeah, no problems with this. Aesthetically, I might, maybe dress the lake up a little bit, but Reeb, I'll pay you to stop. All right, a few $1,000, I'll stop. I'll never broadcast again. Well, it's much appreciated. It's going to be going towards some more deluxe games for giveaways and stuff. So it's going to go right back into the community's hands anyway. Oh. All right. Well, we're done here at Tar Hill Alpha. For a first course, I think it's outstanding. We got some good feedback in the chat as well, so appreciate that. But there's not it's not like a course that I would say it's, terrible, rip it up. It's far from that. It's an excellent course, just needs a little bit of polish work like the designer had originally said anyway. So, thanks for letting me play it. I think as is right now, I would probably rate it like a, I don't know, maybe like I'd say it's a strong 7 right now for me, which I think is really, really good for a first course. So yeah, good job, and thanks for letting me play it. And well, why not? Let's do another one. So I'm going to sign off for about 5 minutes and reset everything up. So if you want to stick around, just make sure you hit refresh, and I should be back on in a few minutes. Thanks, guys.